Hello there everyone on the internet, hope you all are doing great. I am Vikas Tiwari and welcome to Programmers Mode. With the video title, you have a clue of what we are going to discuss. Still, let me explain once. There are some terminologies with respect to modern web architecture of which some folks are not aware at all and some are, but they actually don't know the exact concept, due to which sometimes they use these terminologies at wrong place. So in this video, let's discuss about the same concepts of modern web architecture. It is the conceptual structure of the World Wide Web. The internet is a constantly changing medium that enables communication between different users as well as the interact between different systems and subsystems. Let's discuss about server. A server is only a computer or some system like this that provides a service over network, where network can be public or private. For example, if a server accepts HTTP or HTTPS request and responds back with a web page, it is termed as a web server. Likely we have many servers which serves the particular service, that is file server, mail server, database server, and there are a lot many more. Let's come to the client. The client is the one which consumes the services of the server. It can be a computer, a website, say a software, or any other system. For example, previously we talked that server accepts HTTP or HTTPS request, but who made the request? The request was made from the client side to consume the services of the server. Next comes microservice. A client-server architecture-based system brings several problems and drawbacks with it, where a system's failure affects the whole system and it becomes difficult to be maintained. If some interruption takes place in the process, then all the interaction between client and server halt. The microservice pattern helps developers to decompose large systems into small services known as microservices. It makes maintenance easier as it is loosely coupled and are in isolated environment to serve particular process. Now let's talk about API gateways. But what does API stand for? API stands for Application Programming Interface. Okay, but what is API? It is a set of instructions that allow technology products like web app or mobile app and backend services to communicate with each other, where API takes the request, retrieve or process the requested or required data to complete the request and response back. So now we have a gist about API. So let's talk about API gateway. An API gateway is basically an API management tool. It accepts all API calls, tries to fulfill them by processing it, and then return the respective results to each API call. Now here comes the load balancer. The term load balancer refers to distribute the incoming workload to different computing units. Particularly, it directs web traffic to different servers based on their availability. There are basically two types of load balancer, termed as hardware-based load balancer and software-based load balancer, wherein by developers, software-based load balancers are preferred as hardware-based load balancers are expensive and require physical servers. For today, that is all. We will meet again in next video and will discuss some more terminologies with respect to modern web architecture. If you like this video, please subscribe and share with your mates. Until then, take care and thanks for listening.